being well educated in technology and also making decisions around buying startups, selling them, and how we're going to use technology in terms of our economic circumstances in the future. So Delvin, you want to take that first?
So, first off, on my way from the Newark airport out here in my Uber, which I use technology to call, by the way, I saw a sign, a Prudential billboard that said, "A robot can't take your job if you're already retired." I love that.
Okay.
I think that we have to at least understand technology and how we can incorporate it into our lives and our careers. I remember when I was a young person and the internet was brand new, I remember all of the older people saying, "Getting computers, computers, that's going to be the future." Anybody else heard that? And now, essentially what they were saying is if you don't know how to operate computers, then you are going to be behind the curve. And so I have this struggle right now with my 3 children. They're unbelievable with their iPads and all these things, and I don't want them to be on it, but I also don't want them to get behind because it is going to be an integral part of our lives. Going back to something Stacy said earlier about college and expenses, if you can learn a lot of these computer trades through technical schools that cost a lot less than 4-year diplomas. So that's a great way to establish an incredible career where you're incorporating the technology of today without incurring massive student loan debt. So I think it's going to be a big part of how we move forward.
I was recently at a conference called FinCon, and I was really there to see what was happening in the financial technology world and how I can amplify that to our community. And I'm going to tell you, as Pastor Soys goes, even when you're talking about money and we're talking about transcendence and transformation, it's ultimately a spiritual journey. And I love the fact that we were just talking about the economy that millennials got handed to them. Their spirit, their resilience in all of us, they handed us back the sharing economy. And very creative. I met a company called Self-Lender. What Self-Lender does is you open with a small savings account, and they put it into a CD. It might be like a 12-month CD, 6-month CD. And when you need money, you borrow from your CD, and you pay it back to your CD. Guess what it does? It builds up your credit score. I met companies like Joust Bank. Joust actually just partnered with the Freelancers Union. One of the biggest problems, it is a gig economy right now. Everybody's got a side gig. Everybody's got a side hustle. Everybody's an entrepreneur. And one of the biggest problems is getting paid on time, particularly for blacks, particularly for women, which I could have a whole other conversation on. But what Joust Bank does is they, one, give you a banking platform. They send out your invoices. They pay you. Charge you just a 6% rate. They will pay your invoices right away so that as an independent contractor, you can create a steady flow of income. And then through an insurance structure that they have, they go after your invoices. There's so many things out there. I met so many companies who you can do your estate planning. Again, you need, at the end of it, you need a financial advisor to make sure you have everything, your I's and T's and all that stuff. But there's so much out there, and I think we just have to open ourselves up to it. And as far as what technology can do for us career-wise, okay, are you an accountant? Are you in marketing? Are you in whatever? All of those skills are needed in the technology world. Everybody works in technology, whether they admit it or not. So when you think about where you would like to go if you're an entrepreneur, your skills might be in songwriting, for example. Well, what can you start an app? Can you start a website? How can you offer your services online? So think about what you already do. Don't feel like you have to go out and learn something new. And you think of technology as something that can support our journey. There's something out there to help us create financial security in a world where it's nearly impossible to do. And technology is really the way to go.
Thank you. So I just want to end by saying that all of the lucrative jobs in the future are really stemmed in science, technology, engineering, and math, and we need to prepare our young children to go into those industries so that they can start to build and sustain assets and wealth. And let's give Stacy and Delvin a round of applause.